What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Talking Blue. I'm Matthew Mooney alongside Luke Langella. This is our new episode. It's been a week since the last episode came out, so go watch that video. The link is in the description down below. So yeah, basically today we're just gonna cover up the same stuff I talked about in the last episode and like dive into some more rumors. So I want to talk about right away, Leslie Frazier. Like 2 weeks ago, he met with the Giants and he could potentially be a new assistant defensive coordinator. What impact do you think that has on the Giants, Luke?
Well, the Bills, as we know, one of the best teams in the league, and they have a superb defense, great secondary, great defensive line. So, I was a little shocked when he stepped down, but he'd be a great addition. And we've seen this a few times. Sometimes they'll go on a few visits and then they'll come back and make the decision. So, you don't know. Like Deion Jones, another guy that went early. Like guys like either players, coaches, they're always up in the air. You never really know what's going on behind the scenes. But I think he could add a lot to the table, and I think he could be very good. The Giants have one of the best defenses in the NFL, and I think we all could agree with that. I think having two of the best defensive coaches with a ton of experience, Wink and him, that just be a superb defense.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that would be huge. I think like I saw the Bills' defensive scheme with Frazier. It's very similar to our scheme, so maybe the scheme would get even better. So now I want to talk about Saquon Barkley. Like him not being at
Yeah.
like the workouts. What are your thoughts on him saying like if there's no contract done by July 17th that he's sitting out?
Well, if he sits out, then he screws himself. That's my thought. He's trying to act like a big shot in this situation, and he's a great running back. Let's not forget that. But you have a team that has a real chance of competing this year, and you saying you're sitting out because you're not getting paid is just selfish. I think I'm just gonna say next man up. If he doesn't want to play, okay, we got a rookie running back, Eric Gray, that's gonna be hungry to play. Man, this isn't. You gotta be kidding me that you wouldn't play because you're not getting $3 more million and some security. He should earn it. Last year he had a good year, but not a good second half of the season. His stats were not good in the second half of the season. So he's gonna really have to earn this contract. Do I see the Giants giving it to him? Yes. Do I think he deserves what he's asking for? No. He's not better than Christian McCaffrey. I think Christian McCaffrey brings more to the table. But we all know he's gonna get that money. I didn't think Dexter Lawrence money was worth it. I didn't think Daniel Jones money was worth it. But we know Saquon's next on the table.
Yeah, I agree with you. I do think Christian McCaffrey's better than Saquon. I think he's still the best running back in the NFL. Also, last week I saw a really stupid mock trade where the Giants were trading with the Bucks. We would get Mike Evans and a second round pick in return for Saquon Barkley. Obviously, I think this is a stupid move. What do you think about it?
Well, that'd be atrocious because we'd have to sign him to the contract and then trade him away for a second of Mike Evans. That still wouldn't fill the running back hole. I do like we talked about this Paris Campbell taking snap at running back. That could be cool for little like outside screens, little swings, but overall I just think like this is just something this is for attention. He needs to sign the contract, get back to camp, put in the work because he's going to be a big part of the team. We all know that. He's been the face and he needs to continue to do that and stop putting on a show for the New York media to eat up.
I agree. He's gotta like stop being selfish. Like you're the star of this team. Like the team needs you, and like if you're gone, the team's really gonna struggle because of that. And also, this was like a little. This is a little old, but like obviously we've talked about how much the Giants need more edge depth. How would you feel if the Giants traded for Daniil Hunter?
That'd be great too. He's another great pass rusher. Now he didn't have a superb year last year, but he did have a solid one. And a guy like him, he's not the same build as Aziz and Kayvon Thibodeau, but he brings a lot of intensity. He's going to be on all fours, and he's going to come out hard, good against the run, and he could be very good. We talk about this every week. The edge does not have a lot of depth in our opinion. I think they need some more guys out there because Kayvon Thibodeau or Aziz are going to get hurt this year. That's just the Giants' luck. So they're going to need some depth. Obviously, you got Jihad behind them, but a guy like Daniil Hunter, it's going to come down to what they want for value. The Darren Waller trade I thought was executed. They gave up nearly nothing for that.
Yeah.
we'll talk a little about that trade and Kadarius Toney drama later in the episode. But my point is, if the trade isn't executed correctly, then I wouldn't make it.
Yeah, I agree. I think a potential trade offer for the Giants, like with the Vikings, like obviously we get edge Daniel Hunter, but like to the Vikings, we'd send over our 2024 fourth round pick and a 2024 conditional sixth round pick. What do you think about this?
I think that's perfect value. Daniel Hunter's not young. He's getting up there. I think that's very similar along the lines to the Darren Waller trade, which I thought was perfect too. So I'd be completely fine if you want to make that trade. You got to think about it this way: next year in the fourth and sixth round, what are you going to be getting? So I feel like you got to put it in that way. You got to think about it, and if you really don't see any guys that in a draft, you got to look at everything before you make these trades. But having him, that'd be a great defensive line, and we already have one of the best defensive lines in the NFL. I want to talk a little bit about that. Leonard Williams, obviously a lot of drama around his name, Matthew. You've been reading that too?
Yes. There could potentially be like he might not be with the team after the season, which I'd be very sad to see him gone. I mean, we do have a lot of depth at the defensive line position, but like we need these guys to stay. These guys are like core guys. They're gonna be core for the team next year because like
Yeah.
obviously you guys know like the Giants struggled defensively against the run, and now we beefed up the defensive line. It's got more depth, and like in case there's an injury, God forbid that happens, um, we'll have someone to step up though.
Yeah, and I love Leonard Williams. It's a great thing, but he had a rough year last year. So, I think maybe the right move would be giving him a pay cut. I don't think they'll do it, but having under 2 sacks last year, that can't happen. From what he was to what he is, I don't know, man. He's gonna have to have a good season this year. There's a lot of guys they're gonna have to pay. They have a lot of talented players, so you have one of the best defensive tackles in the league. You have the best left tackle in the league. You have a top 10 quarterback now. You have a top 3 running back. All of these guys cost money, so a lot of decisions for Joe Shane to make down the road. What else, Matthew?
I want to talk about another edge. Not one of the guys we've been talking about so much. Indianapolis Colts defensive end Yannick Nakago. I heard a report. I forget who said it, but like it was a reliable source saying that like he wants that he said he wanted like $68 million per year, which I think would be really good though, since like we don't have as much cap space as we did, and like we could give him like a solid. We could give him around there if we want to sign him. What do you think about that?
Well, he's one of the best defensive ends I thought that was in free agency. I don't see why anyone hasn't touched him. I just want to read off the stat to you. Last year, 9.5 sacks last year. I'm going to say that again, 9.5 sacks last year, and he has not been touched. That is insane. 9.5 sacks.
It is. But it's also a shock that he's like not been picked up yet. Same thing with Marcus Peters. But yeah, another thing I want to talk about is the releasement of Minnesota Vikings running back Dalvin Cook. What are your thoughts on this? Hold up. All right, guys, we're back. Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties while filming. So obviously, like I left off, what are your thoughts on Dalvin Cook being cut?
He's another great running back. To pick him up, that'd be great. I see him going to Miami. I think Miami could use him. The Giants, for the Giants' sake, I think, I guess if you didn't sign Saquon, it maybe can be a consideration. But, he'll find a home in Miami, and he's another great running back.
Yeah. Stupid question. Do you think the Giants should get him if Saquon is still here? I'm just asking anyways.
I just don't think we have the money, really. I feel like that'd be, I don't know. I think I like the depth we have at running back. I think we have some underrated guys like Matt Breida. You have the rookie Eric Gray. You have Gary Brightwell too. So no, I don't really see the need for that for the money. It's he's going to want a lot of money. Let's not forget about that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I wouldn't go for him because he's going to be too much, and also we have Saquon. I mean, if Saquon is somehow gone, then I think we should sign him, though.
I thought it was absolutely crazy that, Adam Thielen, like guy like him, he signed. Obviously, he was obviously signed in the beginning waves, but he was picked up way faster than Dalvin Cook, and I think there's no argument that Dalvin Cook is way more in his prime than Adam Thielen. So it's just interesting how that works. I think now like it's later in free agency. They're at mini camp. They're getting ready for the season. Not all of them are in the free agency minds.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he hasn't been signed yet. Like another name I'm about to say, like who hasn't been signed yet, DeAndre Hopkins, which I'm also kind of shocked. Honestly, like I know I said this in the last episode, which was from the week ago, but I could see him going anywhere at this point. Like I won't be shocked wherever he goes. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I thought the Patriots after the Matthew Judon tweet, but who knows? A guy like him, he's going to go on to visit a lot of teams before he decides. Uh, Rumors about the Jets, yeah, that was a rumor. Tennessee was not a rumor, so we'll have to see.
I could see him going anywhere at this point, though. Um, I know we posted this on our chat thing, or like whatever you call it. You, I don't even know what it's called, but anyways, we have a special video coming out like the day the season starts. It's gonna be premiered, so stay tuned for that. I'll put a link in the description down below, so like get ready for that as well. But if so, everyone comment down below on that what you think it's gonna be. Like whatever who the first person who gets it right will get a follow back and subscribed to from us, get subscriptions from us on all platforms that they have that we are on as well.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we'd love to hear your guesses. We've been trying to keep on pumping out content through the summer. It's a little dry time, but once August hits preseason, and then we're right back into the season. The best time of the year. I don't know about you, Matthew. My favorite season is football season.
All
Starts in
same.
the summer, ends in the winter. It's the best. It's the best season. You go from sitting on the beach to Christmas time, but it's all football right now. And I love it.
Yeah. Also, like another thing I'm excited for, like when football season comes back, then like hockey season's closer to returning, which I'm also
Yeah,
excited for.
yeah, obviously the Rangers hired Peter Laviolette, interesting new coach. Obviously free agency will, a lot of different moves coming up. So all that hockey content, interesting too. Baseball's in the swing of thing. The Mets suck right now. The
So
Yankees are playing decent, but
we
still.
we played a horrible game tonight. I am so disappointed though. So obviously we have Billy McKinney up. He's been our hottest player. And then Aaron Boone comes in, takes him out, and puts Josh Donaldson, who has absolutely sucked lately, and then we lose the game. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's been painful.
well, Eduardo Escobar is traded today to the Los Angeles Angels. That's interesting.
Yes. Um.
During the game too.
Right. So
Yeah.
another
So
top
what else, man?
another topic I want to talk about, like back to like football, is like free agency extensions. Like one of them would be Xavier McKinney. Do you think we'll extend him or not? Like at any point?
I think it's going to be. He's going to have to play this year out for sure. You're not going to see him getting extended before. I look at him and I say, if he would have played this whole year, I think he would have got extended in the off season. But a stupid quad ride, and he didn't play the whole year. And I think he showed some really good flashes. Like I love how I'll give you an example in the Seattle game. He came right off the edge and crushed Geno Smith for a sack. I love that ability from
Yeah.
a safety. Someone that could really go past rush the quarterback, and he has the ability to make interceptions. But he wasn't 100% this year,
Yeah.
even with the arm thing on. So I want to see him this year 100%. Just go out there and play football. And I'm a big Alabama fan, so I like him. And then Evan Neal too. I want him to develop too. So yeah, that's really it for me, Matthew.
So yeah, another thing I want to talk about. This was like a long shot rumor. Okay, before I say this, no, I do not think any way in hell this is gonna happen. But I'm just gonna say it anyways. I saw a headline that Devontae Adams could be heading to the Giants. Yes, that's really stupid. It's not gonna happen. But what are your thoughts on that if it does happen?
If it does happen, we probably have one of the best offenses in the league. I don't care what people say. Saquon, Darren Waller, Devontae Adams and our whole crew of receivers,
That
I
would be
think that could take on the world with our All-Pro left tackle too.
that would be
Yeah, I think
insane.
we'd be pretty damn good.
And like my mock trade for it, if it does happen, okay, obviously I don't think it's gonna happen, but like a 2024 first round pick and a 2024 second round pick. What do you think that sounds? How do you think that sounds?
I wouldn't want to give up that much value though. I feel like that's the issue. Like
Yeah,
it's a great dream to have, but I don't know. I feel like that'd be a lot of value. You could get old, you're getting older too. You could get. I guess I'd rather a guy fresh out of college. We could develop that to be a star receiver rather than get someone like him. I don't know.
yeah.
That's a very long shot.
That's a lot to give up, though. It's
Yeah, a lot. So that's you're not. That's you're not. You're not drafting on Thursday night next year, so nor would you be drafting Friday until the third round. So
yeah. So I wouldn't do it.
yeah,
And lastly, like to close this out, I want to talk about Kadarius Toney, like with the Super Bowl ring. I'm gonna show a picture of it right now. He's basically flipping off the Giants, like whining and complaining that like we treated him horribly or something. But he was just
you
like,
could read all the reports. He wasn't the smartest with reading his playbook, and I think eventually the Giants had to get fed up with that. I don't think he was the best player on and off the field. I remember his rookie season getting in that fight at Dallas. Always tweeting about stuff. He had to keep his mouth shut. He didn't. Just like OBJ, he was out of here, and we got Darren Waller to replace him. So that's a trade well done in my opinion.
yeah, and Darren Waller is obviously way better than Kadarius Toney, so I'm happy about it. It's fine, he's gone. Obviously I saw like the plays he made in the Super Bowl. Kadarius Toney had like a phenomenal game. Like you saw that punt return, which was unbelievable.
Yeah, he's a great player, but he just was not a scheme fit for the New York Giants. In my opinion.
Yeah. So that was it for the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys next week or like whatever you're watching this on. Share this with as many people possible. Follow us everywhere. And yeah, that's it. Let's go Giants.